There's a strange moment in life where the things you used to love start slipping out of your hands. Not because you're bored, not because you're broken, but because something inside you has shifted and refuses to pretend anymore. It feels like losing interest, but it's really losing illusion. You wake up and realize half the things that used to keep you busy were never aligned with you in the first place. You start noticing how much of your old life was held together by habit, expectation, or the need to keep peace in rooms that weren't built for your growth. When that awareness hits, the world you knew becomes unrecognizable. Conversation feels shallow. Noise feels louder. Your tolerance for nonsense evaporates. You don't force anything anymore. You don't chase answers that never mattered. You don't feel obligated to fit into a storyline that stopped being yours. And then something quieter happens inside you. You stop arguing. Not because you're tired, because you finally understand there's nothing to prove. You see the patterns. You see the motivations behind the words. You see the fears that guide people's reactions. You see the contradictions hiding in every story they swear is the truth. You start observing instead of engaging, and in that stillness, your perception sharpens. You pick up on things you used to miss, the tone behind the apology, the tension behind the smile, the hesitation behind the compliment. Not out of paranoia, but clarity. The mind stops fighting and starts understanding. This is the part nobody tells you about spiritual evolution. It strips you down before it rebuilds you. Losing interest in your old life isn't decay, it's preparation. You're being pulled away from anything that relies on your confusion to survive. Hermetic teachings describe this stage as the dissolving, the moment where the old identity falls away because it can't go any further. Buddhist writings call it the quieting of the winds, when the mind stops creating storms that don't exist. Stoics call it alignment, when you finally act from reason instead of reaction. Different words, same transformation. You start seeing life from a place that doesn't need approval or agreement. You don't force conversations. You don't justify your boundaries. You don't explain why some people no longer have access to you. You move differently because your awareness won't let you move any other way. And here's the truth that sits underneath all of it. You didn't lose interest in life. You lost interest in distortion. You outgrew the version of yourself that settled for noise. You stepped into a level of perception that can't be undone. Nothing about you is fading. You're not becoming cold or distant or complicated. You're becoming precise. And once you reach that point, the world stops being a place you try to survive and becomes a place you navigate with intention. This is the cost of clarity. And the reward,